Starting in a seated posture, find yourself nice and comfortable, taking some deep breaths. Let your shoulders relax down the back and let your face be nice and gentle and soft. Setting your thoughts down a positive pathway. Bringing the hands to prayer, set an intention for class, or make a dedication. Reaching the arms up, fold forward. Maybe building the floor up to meet you with books or blocks or blankets or pillows. Good. Very slowly roll up, chin lifts last. Change the cross of your legs. Notice a difference here, and then tip to the left, maybe opening the palm. And tip to the right, opening the palm upwards, maybe wiggling the fingers. Good. Reach up and then fold forward once again. Really notice the difference here. See if you can weigh into your hips and safely roll up. Chin lifts last. Hold on to your shoulders and rotate in both directions, rotating those elbows. Breathing deeply. Good. And then tip the head from left to right a few times, opening the legs wide for straddle. Find yourself nice and comfortable, and then fold towards the right leg. Making sure that left hip stays nice and firmly down onto your blankets. Good. Then reach the left arm up overhead and then fold forward. And then walk on over to the left leg. Breathing deeply. Reach the right arm up overhead. And then take another bow towards the center, maybe wiggling the toes, flexing the feet. Slowly roll up, chin lifts last. Hug the knees in and twist to the right and left. And then come to the center and bow the head. See if you can get your eye sockets on your knees. Good. We'll come to tabletop. Taking a breath here. And then open up that left knee towards the ceiling. Do the same thing with the right knee. See if you could lift it all the way up towards the ceiling. So sort of a supported wild thing. Good. Come to downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward and open up for lizard pose. Maybe finding support. Good. And then we'll step back, downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward, lizard pose, really opening the knee, rolling onto the pinky edge of the foot. Building the floor up towards you. Step back, downward facing dog, and let's recenter ourselves in child's pose. Downward facing dog. Let's do three-legged dog. Step the left foot forward, reach up for warrior one. Step back, downward facing dog. Right heel now lifts for wild thing. Step the right foot forward, reach up, warrior one. Good. Step back, downward facing dog, and child's pose. Taking some centering breaths. And then we'll take puppy dog pose. So just reaching those arms forward and opening up through the shoulders and the chest. Letting that head be supported. Good. And then we'll take child's pose. This time, send your hands back behind you. This is really important to give our shoulders a nice break. Letting yourself be supported here. Slowly roll up, chin lifts last. Hero's pose. Good. Step the left foot into a variation of hero's pose. And then cross the right foot over the left. Interlace the fingers behind your back and shake your head yes and no. We'll do this on the other side. Hang out in forward fold. Good. Now come to a variation of hero's pose, this time with the right knee lifted, and your head's going to rest in your right hand, your left hand on the left knee. Now cross the left leg over the right leg for standing forward fold with our legs crossed. Good. See if you can send those hips back and the legs straight. I'm on my fingertips. You can use blocks or pillows. Good. Hug the body in now for forward fold, maybe taking those feet nice and wide. Good. And then we'll just step back to downward facing dog from there. Slowly lower to the ground and then lift the chin and chest for a nice big open upward facing dog back to child's pose. Recentering, regrounding. We'll take frog pose, Manduka. So our shins are parallel, our knees are nice and wide, and we're finding support wherever we need it. Letting the head and shoulders relax. I've built the floor up with a block and a blanket. And just breathing into your hips here, seeing if you can widen those knees. Good. And then we'll take child's pose, maybe using our support underneath our forehead. All right, let's take pigeon pose. Left knee forward, broadening through the heart first, and then we'll take a bow. And lift back up again. Nice opening through the right thigh. Getting support from your fingertips. And then we'll pull the right knee forward, opening through those hips. Straightening that back knee out. Finding your lift, your strength, and then bowing forward. Maybe resting your forehead on your hands. Good, and then we'll lift back up. And we'll just take a seated posture for a moment before we roll back into snail pose, just hovering the knees above the forehead. Hips totally lifted. The hands are used for support, and when you feel comfortable, you can just let those palms relax. And then slowly roll down into Shavasana. Let yourself be supported here for several breaths. And then finally hug the knees in and rock up to sit. And we'll take meditation for a few breaths, reminding yourself what brought you here today. Namaste.